Welcome. Today we're going to check out the film and locations to Kevin Smith's 1997 film Chasing Amy, starring Ben Affleck, Joey Lauren Adams, Jason Lee, Dwight Owell, along with Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes as.
Jane Silent Bob, recognize.
So come along for the ride as we take a trip into Jersey to check out the locations to this Kevin Smith cult classic on this episode of Where'd They Film That? Our adventure begins at the Berkeley Carteret Hotel in Asbury Park, New Jersey. It is here where this location served as the comic book convention that took place in the beginning and end of the film. I was able to briefly get into the banquet hall of the hotel where the convention scenes were filmed. I cannot exactly match up where each shot was filmed, but if you look at pretty much the layout of the room, you can tell the similarities to the scenes that were shot in this location. It's also in this room where Holden meets Alyssa for the first time. Our adventure now takes us to Suffolk Street in the East Village to a place called the Mayfly, formerly known as the Meow Mix. It's at this location where Holden and Banky meet up with Alyssa. As the scene progresses, there's a point where Alyssa sings a song on stage, which Holden thinks she's singing to him, but eventually he finds out it wasn't meant for him. I believe the interiors of the scene were shot at this location as well. We are now at Victory Park in Rumson, New Jersey. This would be the location for Holden and Alyssa's unofficial first date. It's here while on the swings they got to open up and know each other better. I believe the first set of swings were the ones that the scene took place. If you see behind that first set of swings, you can tell the highway in back of them. I also believe that behind Holden, you notice some sort of wooden structure or some sort of play area. That was probably how the park was structured at that point in time. Our next location takes us to the Galleria on Bridge Avenue in Red Bank, New Jersey. It's at this location that served as the train station where Holden convinced Banky to go to the comic book convention without him for the weekend, so Holden gets to spend the time with Alyssa. The outside of the building also served as the establishing shot of the scene where you could see the train coming into the station. At the time I came to visit this location, it was closed to the public, but the couple of seconds I was able to go in, I could tell not much of the interior has changed since the movie was filmed here. Our next location takes us to Mechanic Street in Red Bank, New Jersey, and it is on this block where Holden professes his love to Alyssa. After hearing Holden out, Alyssa leaves the car and walks down this block. With Holden catching up to her, they continue their conversation down this block until they get to this point right here. I was able to figure out where they stopped because of two reasons. One, the two window panels that were in back of them throughout the conversation. The second giveaway was they passed the entrance to building number 10 right before they stopped walking. After Alyssa gives them a slew of reasons why they can't be together, she basically tells them to go home. Feeling rejected, Holden walks back to his car, which was at this spot right here, and before he gets in, Alyssa jumps in his arms and kisses him. That whole rainy scene takes place on this block. Our next filming location needs no introduction. It's the Quick Stop grocery store in Leonardo, New Jersey, the site of many Kevin Smith films. In this scene, Banky runs into a friend of his at the Quick Stop and finds out about an unflattering story about Alyssa and the nickname Finger Cuffs. Our journey now takes us to Jack's Music Shop in Red Bank, New Jersey. This location served in a couple of different scenes. It served in a few establishing shots throughout the movie. It also served as Banky and Holden's apartment/office, and also the interior of Jack's Music Shop was also used in a scene between Holden and Hopper. Our next location takes us to the Ocean Ice Palace in Brick, New Jersey. It's at this location where we get the truth behind Alyssa's checkered past. Now, at this point of the film, the story about Alyssa that Banky told Holden begins to get under his skin, and it's at this hockey game where he begins to discreetly ask her about the other guys involved in the story. Sensing where the line of questioning was going, Alyssa very publicly basically confirmed the story that Banky told Holden was true. Now, the day I came to this location, unfortunately, the rink was closed. I did try and get some footage from the front doors. After the public outburst in the ice rink, they continue the argument out in the parking lot. It's here where Alyssa tries arguing that the person that she was in the past isn't the person that she is today, and it shouldn't matter about things in the past and what she did in the past. It should matter about the person that she is now. But unfortunately, Holden can't move on from her past, resulting in him leaving her in the parking lot, heartbroken. Our final location takes us to the King's Arms Diner in Middletown, New Jersey. It's here where a depressed Holden meets up with Jay and Silent Bob to give them their cut for the Blunt Man and Chronic comic.
Yo, Flo, tell Mel to whip me up a toasted bagel with cream cheese.
Kiss my grit.
The scene pretty much takes place in this booth right here. Nothing much has changed over the years at this location. The only difference is they removed the individual jukeboxes that were in each booth. But for the most part, the diner is pretty much the same. Another scene was filmed here between Alyssa and Holden, and that was at this booth here. So that's going to do it for us today. Thank you again for coming along on this adventure to check out some of the filming locations to this Kevin Smith cult classic film, Chasing Amy. And until next time, we'll see you on Where'd They Film That?
Snoochie Boochies. Who the fuck talks like that? That is fucking baby talk.